In 1996, the Series 1 Lotus Elise arrived as a masterclass in lightweight design, stripping a sports car down to its absolute essentials. It was world-renowned for its lack of fluff, representing a baseline for what a minimalist, track-focused machine could be while still keeping its license plate. This created a unique challenge for the engineering team. How do you shed even more weight from a vehicle that is already considered the lightest in its class? Moving past that limit meant shifting the design focus away from standard road car expectations and toward a machine built purely for the circuit. The answer arrived at the 1998 Birmingham Auto Show as the Lotus 340R concept, a radical experiment in automotive reduction. Lotus moved the project into production by 2000, limiting the run to just 340 units worldwide, and keeping the final car remarkably close to that original extreme concept. The 34R was built on a philosophy of ruthless subtraction, where every component was scrutinized for its right to exist. The car is defined by the parts the engineers managed to remove, showcasing the extreme lengths they went to in the pursuit of a lower curb weight. The exterior cuts began with the total removal of the roof and side windows to bring the center of gravity as close to the pavement as possible. Traditional doors were also deleted. Entering the cockpit requires the driver to climb over the chassis and these semi-transparent side panels. The bodywork was pulled tightly into the center of the frame, leaving the front suspension components completely exposed to the elements and the road surface. To maintain street legality, Lotus added the bare minimum: side turn signals, tacked-on brake lights, and wheel coverings to ensure it wouldn't be legally classified as an open-wheel racer. Every external design choice prioritized mass reduction, resulting in a car that only barely met the requirements for road use. Inside, the cockpit sheds all standard conveniences. There is no climate control system, and the gauges are mounted on a simple floating metal bar dashboard. The engineers also strictly refuse to include any form of traditional storage. The car lacks both a glove box and a trunk. Driver controls were replaced with the lightest possible alternatives, like this bare aluminum handbrake that looks like a component from an industrial forklift. Even the internal hood release was removed to save weight. Accessing the engine now requires manually unscrewing 9 individual bolts from the body. This interior forces the driver to trade every modern expectation of comfort for the sake of the vehicle's weight loss mission. All this deletion resulted in a final probe weight of just 1,550 pounds, a fraction of a typical modern sports car. But the math becomes startling compared to the original Elise. Despite removing the roof, doors, and comforts, Lotus only shed 75 to 100 pounds. This demonstrates the concept of baseline mass, the absolute minimum amount of material required for a vehicle to function and meet safety standards. The 340R proves the law of diminishing returns. Once a machine is highly optimized, removing even a tiny bit of additional weight requires massive sacrifices. Powering this lightweight frame is a tuned 180 horsepower Rover 4-cylinder engine. While that horsepower figure seems modest, 180 horses pushing only 1,500 pounds creates a power-to-weight ratio that launches the car to 60 in just 4.5 seconds. Surprisingly, the driving experience is far more intuitive and manageable than its aggressive, hardcore exterior suggests. The steering is light at low speeds, the clutch is predictable, and the ride quality remains surprisingly compliant for such a focused machine. Extreme weight reduction eliminates the filters between the driver and the road, creating an immediate and responsive connection. The 340R is undeniably impractical for daily life, existing as a pure track weapon that just happens to carry a license plate. It stands as a testament that thrill isn't always found by adding complexity or power. Sometimes automotive perfection is found by taking things away.